I'm going to show you some of our services, and so you can see how we're able to use Facebook as a means of bringing in our community. And when I say our community, I really do mean people who are part of our community who've moved outside of Santa Clarita, but who are still have been wanting to join us for things. I'm going to show you right now. And by the way, remember something: if you're not muted, we can hear you, and that means that people out on Facebook can hear you too, because now we're live on Facebook. So I'm going to show you, for example, our last Shabbat service, which again, now because it's coming out through technology, coming out and ready to go with a version of the service that's ready for 5 o'clock our time, 8 o'clock Eastern time. We're able to do that. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you that now. Sorry. It is. So when we look at our Facebook page, which I thought I had up already. Yeah. So for example, the Torah message that went out, that we sent out Thursday evening, we were able to get 30,000 people to watch the Torah message. And of those, as you can see, about 4,000 people watched the entire about 5 minutes of what that Torah message was. So that's pretty cool. I mean, that's something that, again, we don't usually get to do on we've never done that on a Friday night. But you can also see when we have a Friday night service that we're actually able to engage, and when we push one out to a lot of people. Again, this was last week's Minute of Torah. It went out to, again, about a little less, about 13,000. But our Tu B'Av program, which we've never done a program for Tu B'Av, we did about a half-hour program for Tu B'Av. You can see we ended up having about 5,000 people watch it, and 400 people. It was a little bit more because we showed it a couple times. And here you can see, yeah, this one right here was the preview, the teaser for it, which got a lot of people too. But there are some things that we're doing, like our meal train for Joni, who's recovered from surgery, stuff that we did before. But when it comes to some of the services, and here, for example, is our bat mitzvah that we had for Avery Watson. We were able to get people from around the country to watch it and participate in Avery's bat mitzvah, which we did, as you can see, with masks on. And while we don't have any scheduled for the next couple of months, we're ready to do. We're ready to do that, if we have to, and if the family wants to. Right now, the families have opted to push B'nai Mitzvah for the most part into 2021. But if they had requested it, we would have. And so, for example, here's our Friday night service that we had a couple of weeks ago. We had 7,000 people got to see part of it. 730 people watched the whole thing, all 45 minutes. Now, I'm not going to tell you anything that those of you who've been in our synagogue for a while don't already know. We've never had 730 people at our service for Friday night. We haven't had that many. As good as I think our service is, that's would be a lot for high holidays. So it's kind of amazing to think about the reach and the power that the technology gives us. But one of the things that I think we have to understand is that it primarily affects us two ways. We're able to reach our community as they've moved out of Santa Clarita. And unfortunately, a lot of people have moved out of Santa Clarita over the last 5 years. They moved out of California. But the other piece of this is it's allowed us to teach, it's allowed me to teach, using technology and using, you know, some of the methods that, you know, that are harder to do when we have a class. So one of the things that we have every Tuesday morning is we have our Midrash class, and we have a chance to study the rabbinic commentary on the Torah. That kind of gives us a you know, an extra, if you will, an extra bit of inspiration, guidance, you know, explication, understanding what actually is happening in some of the tougher parts of the Torah to understand. But again, also entertaining and inspiring us. And I love Midrash. And so for the last few years, we've been studying Midrash every morning. Now we're studying it, and we're able to go back and forth between the text of the Midrash, which we're studying Legends of the Jews, the collection that Louis Ginsburg did about 100 years ago. But we're also able then to quickly go, as we're doing right now, we're studying the story of Joseph and his brothers, that we're able to quickly go between the text that we're reading. And again, we have readers, and we have Rosemary Watson and Judith Stolnitz, who are oftentimes the main readers, but we're able to quickly go back and forth between the Midrash text and the text of the Tanakh, so that we can actually go back and forth and show people right on the screen, you know, what we're studying, what the original lines and maybe what, you know, kind of the original, you know, question was to begin with. So, you know, when we can go back in an instant between the Torah and the Midrash, you know, this is something that we weren't able to do. So, you know, we can go right to the page of Torah, look at it in Hebrew and English. And so it really is an effective tool, and it allows us to you know, to do that. It was a well, again, built out of necessity. We had to do this. We didn't really have a choice. But when we found ourselves saying on that Friday in March, you know, we missed one service. We missed one Friday night service, that Friday night where we were not prepared to not come into synagogue and not ready to go with a service. But we did not miss one class of Tuesday, Wednesday. Our Wednesday class, by the way, our Torah portion of the week are at 7:00 on Wednesday evenings, where we're going through the Torah reading. We didn't miss one of those classes. Not one time did we miss a class. And so what's been wonderful about it is I actually, as some of you know, I actually traveled back in June. We traveled back to Utah. Our family and I went to Bryce and Zion, little national park with our kids.
The rabbi from the Reformed Temple.
And I was able to do the class from there. So it wasn't just the fact that we were able to include other people from remote locations. I was able to be in a remote location and continue the class. So, you know, this is you know, those elements, the ability to, you know, integrate technology into our teaching, and the ability to bring in people, and again, even if it's myself, to be able to do that. And one of the comments we had was from Deborah, whose daughter Lacey had an amazing bat mitzvah service online back at the end of June 27th. But she also, because she wanted to, we did a Friday night service that allowed the family to also be involved. Some of the family who was with her in her home, but also we were able to invite and bring other people together for the Friday night service, which was something really special. And it really was a great way to celebrate Shabbat. And Lacey did an amazing job reading Torah, but she also did a great job leading the Friday night service online. So that was really, really cool. And I want to thank the Schneider Jelen family for doing that. They, you know, kind of gave us a positive thing to do during this period. I've had Zoom baby namings. I've had Zoom B'nai Mitzvah. We had the adult B'nai Mitzvah at the beginning of June, which was phenomenal. And some of you saw that, and we had a great online crowd for that. But we also have had a Zoom wedding, by the way. Unfortunately, the only thing I get to do live right now are funerals, and that's not. Sometimes we have people online for those as well, but unfortunately, those continue, unfortunately, unabated and actually with more frequency. So I really do appreciate the times that we've had to celebrate and to be with our families in times of joy online too. See what happens over the next few months. As I mentioned, we don't have any B'nai Mitzvah scheduled between now and the end of the year online, but we're hoping we'll have some other great events. And when it comes to education, we're going to have some wonderful online events scheduled for our religious school, for our new program, our program, which Jen is going to explain in just a moment. And then we're also going to have a chance to, I hope, in the coming months, maybe even be able to do a couple live events if the opportunity is there for us to do things, we will. So keep that in mind. It is our goal to try to integrate some of that. We will, for the high holidays, be doing that. I want to open it up for questions in just a moment, but I do want to just let people know a little bit about what's going on for high holidays. So we're already very hard at work on in a very, listen, I know it's a super important time. It is for all of us, for rabbis and for people who are involved in synagogue leadership, for our boards, for cantors, for musicians. As I mentioned, we have Wendy Hirsch with us, who always does an amazing job with our youth. She will be participating again this year for our youth services, and Jennifer Twitchell also helps out with that as well. We also will be having, of course, I think I can tell you already, they're going to be beautiful services for high holidays. We're bringing together, as we have for Friday night services, we're bringing together musicians from around the country, and some of the best musicians in the Jewish world. One of the people that I'm working with that is you're going to hear in the evening services, for the evening services, is Josh Nelson, who's one of the top Jewish musicians in the country, quite frankly. And he's going to be doing the evening services with me. He's going to be helping to lead the music. And I'm going to play you in a moment a piece that he just did. He just finished. He's working on the pieces now. He's recorded some of them. And he's also going to, I'm going to share with you the video of a song that he's working on, so you can see the quality of what we're doing. And so this literally I got on Friday, and I'm going to share it. This is one of his great songs, one of my favorite Josh Nelson pieces. It's Hava Nashira, and which means let's sing. And it's going to be hard to get everybody to sing from where you are, and be able to have that same feeling of communal and group energy. But we are going to have a chance to participate in, I think, what will be a kind of different but really beautiful worship experience. So I'm going to play a little bit of this. Wendy heard it. Wendy heard it a few days ago. She's the first person outside of my family that's heard this, but I think you really like this. So I'm going to share this right now, and then we'll take some questions. But let us listen to a little Hava Nashira with Josh Nelson. Hold it one second.
Challenging times, but together we have this opportunity to stay connected, to find ways to pray together, to sing together. Even if we can't be in the same physical space, we can inhabit the same emotional and spiritual space. So thanks for choosing to do that with us tonight. I'd like to thank this extraordinary crew of musicians who bring so much to our prayer experience. And especially I'd like to thank you for your willingness to be part of something and let yourself feel a part of something bigger than yourself. So come with us now and sing this simple song, Hava Nashira, Shir Hallelujah. Let us sing a song of praise together. Breathe deep, find your voices. Havana Shira, Shir Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah, Havana Shira, Shir Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah, Havana Shira, Shir Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah, Havana Shira, Shir Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah. 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 Havana Shira, Shir Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah.
So that's all you get to see today. You have to come back and be part of services. You'll see Josh over probably the next month of September. We'll be using some of his songs as we start getting closer to high holidays. We're going to include some of them into the Shabbat service. So you'll see him a little bit for Shabbat. But that gives you a little taste of what you're going to hear for high holidays, which again, we won't be able to have you all with us, which would be the best, but we're going to make the best out of the situation we have. So I want to open it up for some questions before we turn it over to Jen, who really is going to be the star of the show today, I have to tell you, because what she's done is really amazing. So any questions, any comments, any thoughts? We have new people on the line. We have people who've been with us for many, many years. We have people who are on by phone. We have people who are on by I don't know what you're on. It doesn't matter. Do you have any questions? Anybody have any things that they want to say for a few minutes, please?
And they went to televised services.
Where are we? Somebody have any questions? Just unmute yourself.
I want to make a comment.
Go ahead, Diane. And by the way,
Okay,
I
Diane.
want to make a quick mention. Diane is exactly the person we're talking about, though she did stay in California. At least she stayed in California, but Diane is now living up in
But I'm going to become a remote member. You know, I didn't really send you a membership, but you are amazing what you have done with these videos and your classes. You're putting more into this than the rabbis everywhere that I know of. And I'm just so impressed and grateful to you.
Thank you. And as I told you, it's not where I'd like to be or not like what I like to be doing, but it's what we got to do. So I appreciate it. Thank you, Diane. And it's great seeing you. Again, we talk about the blessing of the silver lining here. This is definitely the silver lining, is being able to see Diane. So when we go back to being in person and having classes, we will be streaming them from now on. We're in the process of installing cameras in every part of the building, with the exception of the bathrooms. I promise there's no cameras there. Everybody is going, that's terrible actually, because my wife's laughing. She just did a spit take through with her coffee. But I will tell you that there are, we had no cameras in the synagogue installed. There will be now in the sanctuary and in the classrooms. There will be cameras, and we will stream things from now on. Thank you. Thanks, Diane, for those kind words. Anybody else? It's great to see people in, again, a setting that's, well, it's not necessarily class. It's more of a social experience, But anybody else, folks, don't be shy. Hello. Nancy's there, one of our educators. I see Nancy, who's moved, but not, she hasn't even left Santa Clarita. We're glad she gets to stay around a little bit longer. So, but please, people, stop leaving Santa Clarita. Really, it's a great place, and we don't want any more people moving. I know it's not easy. California doesn't make it necessarily always easy on us, but please, no, stop leaving the state. Anybody else? Because I'm going to turn this over to Jen in just a second. I'm going to make her the host. Remember, I'm in the kitchen right now because in a few minutes we're going to be making challah. So, which I'm very excited about because I just had challah. I just finished challah from Friday night, which means I get to have a midweek challah, which I really shouldn't eat, but I'm going to eat it. I'm not going to let it go to waste. So, and then of course we have bingo coming up. We've had bingo several Sundays in the last few months. This is a free game. You don't have to have a card. You just have to be here for bingo, which starts, it's our last thing. We're finishing with bingo. I think 11:30. We're doing the bingo in about an hour and a half. And that's free. It's a free bingo game hosted by our men's club with gifts. It's free, but you still get something, which is the best. So I'm going to turn it over with that to Jennifer Twitchell, who is, I'm telling you, super busy right now because like all of our educators, well, not all of them, but all of our great educators is working really hard to do best by our young people. And in the Sulphur Springs district, she's one of the best. So in all of Santa Clarita. Jen, you're on.
Am I the host now?
Yep, I went 1 minute over, kind of. Anyways, go ahead.
I forgive you. I want to thank Rabbi Mark because without his inspiration and his guidance, mentorship, my vision for our education at TBA really would not be possible. There are also several donors I can see online right now that have really helped financially support us through our education journey. And I just want to thank Diane, she's standing out to me, and Judy, and I saw Rosemary on here before, but they have all been huge contributors to help our kiddos. So thank you very much. I want to share with you the committee that's really behind this stream. So we have several of them online right now. Nancy Lepori is part of our ed committee. Judy Winokur, I see Alyssa Peretz, I also see Sarah Goldflam, and hopefully soon we will see Kim Boothby Fogel. And those are the women, any men can join too, but those are the women that have really given us the backbone to celebrate this incredible new journey we're taking. So behind me in my virtual world, it says Team at TBA, and TEAM stands for Temple Education About Me. And we felt that we needed to change the program. It rushed us a little bit with COVID, but we wanted to make sure that our kiddos were coming to the program and to the synagogue because they were getting something personal out of this as far as their Jewish journey and identity. So we have really established something hybrid. We're hoping to go back once a month on Sundays as a community. Families would be coming together. And you're going to hear all about this program, not from me, but from my team. And we're going to get started. I'm going to share my screen with you. Can everybody see that? It says Team at TBA. Yes?
Yes.
Yes, good. Okay. So I'm going to turn it over to Alyssa. She's got some information about what this is all about.
Well, I want to start by saying, first of all, Jen, you are such a rock star. I am so lucky to be working with all these fabulous people. I'm also an educator, and I wish, and I also have 3 traditional Hebrew school graduates. I wish that this program would have been available when they were in school, but better late than never. This program was really designed for the 21st century student and family. And our temple has always been very forward thinking. So it's no surprise that, that this plan was in place pre-pandemic, actually. It was really designed to be inclusive and to connect the students to the curriculum and to really just get them excited about learning and being part of the TBA community. So, you know, it's virtual, but it's also very flexible because of that. And we all know that we need to be flexible during this time. And the students somewhat have a say in the program, which is so nice because it's like, you know, there's a menu of activities in which they can choose. We're calling them hugim, they're electives. So really will bring the students together in a way that they never have had that opportunity because, again, it's interest-based. So, you know, again, there's music, there's prayer, there's Hebrew, but it's going to be really fun. We're really excited to roll this program out, and feedback is really important. And Jen is so open to that. And we all just want the program to be stellar. So I don't really have much more to say, except that I'm really excited about it.
And one of the things that I'm most excited about is that we get to offer this free to our members, which has not been something TBA has been able to do in the past. And so I really want to emphasize this. We have our sustainability model, which allows families to contribute what they can. We give each family an idea of what it costs to run the congregation, and then it's really up to you. In the past, you would be paying fees for education on top of that, and we have taken that part out of the equation. Education, Jewish education for children should never be hindered by a financial strain, and we wanted to make sure our members knew that. So thank you, Alyssa.
You're welcome.
I'm going to move into a little bit of the Hebrew program for K3, and I will be primarily meeting with the kiddos working on learning their letters. So we'll start with the Aleph Bet. If they're more advanced than that and they're learning decoding, I will work with them on decoding. We have several options, and many are going to be through web-based programs. So you can see Shalom Hebrew is an app that our littles will go ahead and get. As at the bottom, you can see JI Tap. That's another program that I'm working with. And all of these programs are designed to help kids go from letter recognition to sounds to the vowels, putting together and decoding. Very similar to when our littles learn how to decode in English. So we will be doing that. As kids progress K through 3, they will continue to go up. They will not be with a group, a cohort of kids that are all necessarily waiting for everybody to finish learning their letters. When they learn their letters, they move on. When they've got their vowels, they move on. So we're not holding anybody back, we're just sending them forward. Our 4 through 7 program is designed for all Hebrew readers already, kids that are decoding, and it's based on prayer. We have been using a program called Mitkadem the last few years. It's been very successful. Our kids are learning our prayers without having to just memorize through tunes and not know the words and not know the meaning. Now they're understanding what they're doing. We're switching to Hebrew and Harmony because they're more web-based, and we really feel that this will be a successful program. And Morah Sarah is coming back again to teach these kids. And again, all of the Hebrew and follow-up Judaica will be done with either myself or with Morah Sarah during the week at scheduled times for families. So if we can get a cohort of kids that can all meet at the same time, we'll do that. And these will be short 15, maybe 30-minute sessions, depending on the needs of the kids. So again, we are working with you to make it easier on your schedule. I'm going to let Rabbi Mark tell you a little bit about our Zion class.
Back on. We have a program for, it's my wife's computer is still giving feedback. We have a program for our Zion students over the years that was designed so that I was able to spend time with them and getting to know them, interacting with them as they move through that last year of our religious school program. And what this does is it allows me to really, and again, I spend time with them during the year, during the program. But in that last year, we have 1 day a week where I'm actually able to see them, interact with them. This last year, we did part of that interaction was online. And so it was a group that was already very close to each other and had really bonded, and we hope they continue to work together. Some of their parents are on the line right now, so they know how wonderful their kids are, but it really was almost, if I could have had a group that had to deal with this, this mid-year unexpected change, I could not have asked for a better group of kids to do it. This year, obviously, we're going into it with the knowledge that it's going to be online. And we have another really great group of young people, and some of you are with us. Some of those parents are with us. And what we'll be doing is using some of the materials that we use over the years, which also it did include multimedia. One of the things that we did every year as part of our curriculum for the 7th grade, for the Zion level, pre-bar and bat mitzvah year, was that we worked on understanding who we are as Jewish Americans, and part of that was using multimedia presentation to tell our story. So there were 2 main projects that were part of the Jewish America program. One was creating a presentation on your family's story of how they came to this country. And so we've had some really great stories over the years, and I have a few of the video presentations that I would love to show you. Maybe we'll do that one day. We'll put them up now that we are doing more online. Put up some of these great videos that have been done over the years, slide PowerPoint presentations, but also videos that were done by some of our students over the years who were really into video and editing. They were able to put together a family story. And so one of the things that we're able to do is we're able to, my wife is now standing behind us. She's fun. So we have a family exodus story, and we come to that point in just after the new year starts on the secular calendar. Usually families have had a chance to talk to their grandparents, even maybe great-grandparents, and get family stories, and then assemble them, and they get a really good sense of their own stories. Also, by that point, we're getting to the Jewish history of mass migration to the United States, where a lot of their families, the time that a lot of their families came. So it makes us real. And as I tell the students every year, this is really the most important history you'll ever learn. I love history, but learning about your own personal history is always something that is so important, because again, it's who you are. So and believe it or not, some of the things that we take for granted that our young people know, they don't know. And every generation, we're getting further and further away from that understanding of what it was like to grow up on the Lower East Side. What was it like to grow up during the Depression? And making these kinds of, we talk about Jewish merchants, Jewish peddlers, to find out that your great-grandfather, great-great-grandfather, in some cases now, were exactly these people that we're talking about. We went from having a little cart to eventually opening a store. And we even had some young people whose grandparents, great-grandparents ended up opening department stores, exactly what they read about in the history books. So it's a really important part of our, not the only part. We also have a,
and that's another bag of stuff to schlep to the car.
we also have a big part of the year is studying Torah and learning Torah together, so that the young people are ready to present a Devar Torah, a drash, when it comes time for their B'nai Mitzvah. So these are things that are big parts of our Zion year. In the past, and we'll see what happens this year, our Zion level also, as the oldest group, gets to help lead the Passover Seder, which God willing, we'll have a Passover Seder in person, and they get to help lead the Tu B'Shvat Seder. Maybe that might be pushing it, but usually, again, during the time of Tu B'Shvat, we have a outdoor Seder. Maybe we'll be able to do that this year, where we have fruits and produce from the land of Israel. And so the Zion kids, as the oldest group, they get to help lead. So those are some of the things that we do in the Zion level. I've now monopolized this time, and I'm going to send it back to Jen. Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi Mark.
I really like my.
He doesn't really have great teeth. I'm sorry.
I don't care, but I got a purple shirt.
You did get a purple shirt.
Purple Viking shirt on, and I should look that good. All right.
Tried my best.
All right. Zion.
So this is our Sunday in person program, and I think Judy is on. Yes, I see her. So she's going to tell you a little bit about our Sunday program, hopefully when we go back. If not, I'll give you a little virtual idea of what might be happening.
Okay. Am I alive?
You're alive.
Okay. So I get to talk about a really fun component of our Hebrew education program, and that is our Sunday program. So once a month, we're going to have something really fun for the kids to do, and we'll start off doing that virtually. So, we will provide all of the components that the children will need for the activity of the month, and then we'll guide the children online virtually for that. And then once we can go ahead and meet in person, we will move toward that, doing the activities that we can do in person. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be safe. And it's a great way for the kids to learn more about our culture and have a good time. So that's going to be once a month Sunday program.
So I want to highlight a couple people that are helping out that I know of right now. We have, and I don't think she's on, she was on a little while ago, but Judith Stolnitz is working on a very special project for art that will be a mural that the kids will be doing that will go up in a special room in our building that's being renamed very shortly. But that is a year-long project that the kids will do with her throughout the year. So that's really exciting. We have some field trips planned in the spring if we're able to do them. Primary trip and an upper grade trip. We have community service that's super important right now. And we want to make sure that you understand that when you come in on Sundays in person, it's a family experience. So while our kiddos are doing electives, the Hugim, parents are invited to workshops. And that doesn't have to be just a parent. If you don't have a kid in our program, you're still welcome to come. But we want to make sure that we're hitting some very important parent ideas, topics, things that are going on. And I'm going to have, I think Sarah's on here. Sarah's going to talk about that in just a second. One of the things that we'll all do together, though, will be a family morning service. So the kids know, and we'll probably start having families do being our leader online, and we'll be able to share in prayer. And you might even find some special delivery on your doorstep if you're registered for our program on Friday, this coming Friday, to help you with our first virtual class online Sunday. So I'm going to leave it to Sarah.
Hello, everyone. I am Jen. I just want to say I really like your background.
Thank you.
And I am coming to you from what Hal and I call our broadcast center. He does court calls and I do counseling sessions from here. So we had to create this, but I kind of dig yours. I want that. So anyway, hello, everyone. And as Jen was just saying, we're going to be doing some parent workshops, and I think we've got some fun things planned. I'm an adult educator of sorts, I suppose, but I also have a 9-year-old in Hebrew school, and I have a recent grad. And actually, Zachary has informed me, he's not here with me, but I'm going to speak for him, that he is wanting to prepare and get better at his virtual presenting skills. So maybe he can volunteer here and there. So anyway, the parent workshops are going to be things where hopefully, we're touching on things that are interesting, things that are relevant, things that are exciting for parents. We have our first one coming up on the 23rd. And this is definitely a hot topic right now. She's an educational psychologist, and she's going to be helping us with understanding and maybe giving us some techniques and support for our kids who are doing all of this virtual learning. I know my kids just started this past week. I know there's a few others online here that have kids that started, and here we go. We got to have the best attitude that we can, and this will certainly help. So another thing that I wanted to mention is that during this time of not being able to go there per se, I'm going to be getting what we're going to call the kibitz room kind of up and going. And so that way, when we are able to be together in person, we'll have a nice warm and comfortable place to get together as a community and kibitz together. So if you have, also I wanted to mention, we do have our calendar a little bit set, but I am certainly open to any ideas. And so if anyone online here has something that they want and feel like is a really hot topic, I would love to hear it. And I'll look forward to hopefully getting that put together, okay?
I'm just checking the chat. I mean, you guys are amazing. So the Sunday program, I see Dr. Keaton is on. The Sunday program is for K all the way to 7th. So if you've got even a TKer, I think they could benefit from it. And I would be happy to talk to you about that. And I want to thank Sarah and my team for really going out and trying to find some important things for parents, because the idea of community is something really important here. And we want our children to see how important it is to have their parents as role models in our Jewish world, whether it's virtual or in person. And a shout out to Alyssa and Mrs. Jacobs for helping us find out about Mrs. Adachi, who will be with us next week. She'll also have a Q&A session, so if you have questions and they don't get answered during her presentation, she's willing to stay online and talk. This presentation will be coming to us at about 11:15, and I'll send a link out for that. So just parents can plan on 11:15. We'll probably do a morning service at about 10. I'm still working out your times, but we'll get you there. I want to bring this to you. This is a resource that was a collaboration amongst many teachers, and it's a Jewish online library. All of these links, and this is going to be available to you through the TBA website. It'll be under education. But all of these books are links, excuse me, I'm sorry, to SafeTube. So these are not, you don't have to worry about ads coming across, but they're all read alouds. So I just picked something from nothing, and this will be a virtual read aloud to your kiddos.
When Joseph was a baby, his grandfather made
let me close that because it's big. Okay, so you've got lots of books, but then you also have, I just love, somebody added this and it just warmed my heart. So I wanted to know what this was. Well, it's a potato knish recipe. How cute is this? I just love it. So I thought
Hi, everyone.
Mrs. Blazer might really like this too. All these little recipes that the kids can find out about. This one's about bagels. How fun could this be? So if you click around, there are other things that I think the Torah does something. The basics of Simchat Torah.
Hey, welcome to Everyday Jewish
Who
Mom.
knew?
My name is Marty, and today
This world out here is insane with things that are available to our kiddos in a safe way, and we have to explore. So this is another way for them to explore. I hope that you give them the access to this so that they can see what they like. Maybe they'll find a new book they want me to put on the bookshelf, but I wanted to have a great start for all of you with our online library. The other thing I want to add about the online part is each week attached to the e-blast, there will be a PJ Library read aloud. It might be me reading it. It might be a member of the congregation, could be the rabbi. Who knows who the mystery reader will be? But each week we will have a PJ Library book that can be accessed to our families or anybody that just would like to listen to a story. This next portion is also library related, but this goes to our new librarian, Nancy Labori.
Hi, everybody. We are in the process of getting this set up. I'm hoping to have someone, we are going to be using, I just lost my notes. We're going to be using Book Source Classroom Organizer. And what that allows us to do is take pictures of the book and put it on the organizer, and you will be able to go through that list, which is going to be very long, and reserve books that you want your child, or your child can go in there and pick the books they want. We're putting the covers on so it's a little easier for you to see what type of book it is. And we're also taking the time to organize the library so it's easy for us to find when you want it and when we return it. So it's going to take a little bit of time. I'm going to start with some general books and high holiday books, and we'll get the Passover later on. I just want to get the general books and the holidays that are coming up on there first. During the virtual, you can let me know that you can order something. We'll figure out whether you're going to pick them up from the temple or whether I'll be delivering. That will basically based on how many people are using it. If we have 40 people using it, I cannot deliver everything. So that'll be as needed, as desired basis. When we come back, we'll have it open on the Sundays that you are there. But if you want to get a book more often, you'd contact me and we'll figure out how, once we're open, it'll be easier for you to pick them up. And it's just going to take some time because we first have to organize. We've had this library. Some of the kids have used it. I've used it with my classes in the past, and it's been very difficult for them to figure out where the books are and what they are. So we're trying to make that much easier. But you will get my contact. We will give you, when it's organized, you will get all the information on how to use it. And that's about it.
Thank you very much, Nancy. She is working very hard. I want to shout out to her husband, John, as well, recent retiree, who's now volunteering time to help Nancy in this endeavor. So thank you both very much. Let me click on my screen. So I don't see Kim. Kim Fogel, are you on here? Kim Fogel Boothby? I don't see her. So I will take this one. Ignite. This is our teens. So our Ignite teens can start pretty much from their 7th grade year. It's supposed to be post bar mitzvah, but we've taken, if they're interested, we want them to participate. So kids like Zachary Goldflam will be joining this cohort of kids. My daughter, Rabbi Mark's daughter, Shira, Kim's son, they're all a part of this. They have done lots of community service. They have worked 2 years. Sarah Petrie, Sheila's daughter, she's also part of this. So I don't want to miss any of our kiddos. But they volunteer in the community. They've done mitzvah corps with other teens in the Valley, which was amazing for the last 2 summers. They've also done community service with the Thankful Giving food delivery for Thanksgiving. That was amazing too. So we've had a couple of years of really cool community service projects. And this year we're going to continue that, and our teens are going to help lead those things. But there's also madrachim. These are the tutors. So let's say during the week, my daughter Olivia is ready to do some volunteering. She can go on a Zoom call with one of my littles maybe and work with them on their alphabet. She can check in with the kids that are maybe doing decoding, and she's working with them on decoding, because these are all graduates of our program who all are very capable kiddos. So then there's that social part, because you're a teen, right? You got to have a social life. So as soon as we can get them in person, we will. They have a room designed for them, and we are working on actually changing it to a larger space just for them. So hopefully that will come very soon. But we want them to socialize, and we want them to be able to go out on adventures as well. We've done Knott's Berry Farm. We've done Mount Asia, bowling. We've gone to escape rooms. Lots of different things, because we want them to socialize together. So please, if you have a teen, know a teen in our area that would like to be involved, we would love to have them. I'm missing a slide, and it's probably completely my fault. My Judaica slide was not in here. I humbly apologize for that. I just want to tell you about Judaica very quickly. There was on your registration, you had a form of interests. I use those interests to build your Judaica program personally for your child. So if your child is interested in something specific, I'm going to tailor their program to that need, but I will always try and add one other thing that might be new and different that they should explore. So we want to take that time to enhance, but also give them something personal, that whole idea of temple education about me. The last thing I want to share to you is, if your child does not have a device, we have devices, we have Chromebooks for you. And you just have to let me know, and we will reach out and get that to you. There will be a special delivery on Friday this week. I want to thank Alyssa for helping me with this. That delivery will be a bag that your children will have for the year, at least until we're in person again. And what we're hoping to do is that we will give you the bag the week before, or the weekend before, with all of the things you need for the Sunday that we are not together, with a little special treat in there for the oneg. And then you will, within the month, return it to a box that will be reachable at the temple. So you'll just reach through the fence, drop your little bag in there, and then we will refill it and send it back the next month. So may sound complicated, but it's really not. And we're just hoping that we can keep this going while we're not able to be together. So with that, I will check the chat and see if there are any other questions. Lacey, absolutely. My daughter's in 6th. She's not going to be way behind, because we're going to go ahead and we're going to get her started, Mr. Goldberg. So don't you worry. Toddlers, I think toddlers would be fine at the family service, because they're family. And I think I got them all. Yes, we are able to address special needs services or special needs students. That's a big thing for me, because I work in a school with an autism program and all sorts of preschool kiddos that have special needs. And many of our lessons are designed to be inclusive. So I think that that will be a really important aspect. We want to make sure families feel that whatever their child's needs are, we can meet them. Diane, I see my friend Diane's got her hand up virtually, but she's gone. Let's see if she comes back. If she comes back, I will recall on Diane. Any other questions? Because I know I've taken up lots of time this morning, but oh, can I just stop, because I totally blew it. Wendy, please accept my apology. Wendy is like so uber important to my program. Wendy is our musician. She is our song leader. She helps us with all of our programming, our seders. I can't do it without Wendy. So please, no, Wendy, can you just come on for a minute and share a little bit?
Don't worry. Oh, sure.
I was not prepared. I did not have my speech. Well, I wanted to say I want to be one of the people that reads the book to the kids. So you can put me on your list for that.
Love it.
And I really miss singing with the kids in person. I know it's like pulling teeth to get some of them to sing. So we're going to have to figure that out. You'll have to help me figure that out.
We will do it.
I'm hoping we can continue with that.
I see a lot of them with my public school kids right now. Every time I bring on music, there's like 4 or 5 that won't get out of their chair. And then they see me standing up in my office and I'm dancing and singing. And the next thing I know, we're all dancing and singing. So it just takes a little bit of time. And when they're the only one sitting in the chair and the rest of their class is all up, we get them. So we'll work on that. But thank you, Wendy, for all you do for our congregation. Any other questions I can answer? I see so many of our families and I see a few of our new families. I'm so thankful to have you all here. I can't wait to work with you. Diane, I see your hand virtually. Did you have something to add? No, I'm so happy to see you. It's been such a long time. So I want to thank everybody. And I think now my job is over and I'm shooting this over to our president, Lori Lytle. Let me stop my share. And if I am the host, I will, I'm not sure. I don't think I'm the host. Rabbi, am I the host? I don't think I am. So Lori, you're free to go.
Okay. Hi, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Jen, thank you so much. I mean, this is just going to be a totally amazing program. And again, as Jen said earlier, in this meeting time, we are so excited due to the generosity of our donors to be able to, for the first time ever, have our religious education, our teen program, be able to be accessed by any child who wants to. Of course, you do need to be members, so we want to invite your membership. For those of you who haven't yet joined, please join us and become members, and then your school experience will be totally free of charge. I wanted to again mention, as some other people have mentioned, the incredible effort our rabbi has put into services, and how he and Tracy, throughout the time of this these extraordinary times with the pandemic, have come up with great ideas to keep people in our synagogue engaged with our community. And so we've had these really fun bingo times. They've been super popular. People have really gotten a kick out of coming and gotten really great prizes. So we go for a while, then we take a break for a few weeks, and then we come back again. So great thanks to Tracy for really initiating that and getting it going. We also had a scavenger hunt, which was also a lot of fun, and again, a very creative and different way to connect with each other. Our Shabbat services have been absolutely amazing. What's been so interesting, I think, and what I've enjoyed so much about the services is that we get to hear different voices, and it's just the most satisfying and relaxing and meditative experience to sit on one of our Shabbat services. It's something that everybody who's doing it enjoys, and that is why, as our rabbi has told us, we've had hundreds and even in the thousands of people who are from all over the country who are tuning in to see our services. So thank you again, Rabbi Blazer, for the incredible effort. I know it is taking him The amount of time he is spending is probably triple what he would normally spend, just to be providing the super high quality services that he never fails to inspire us with. I also just want to share with you that being part of Temple Beth Ami is such, just for me personally, I just want to share that it's such an important part of my life. This Temple Beth Ami community, we are a family. We are not the largest synagogue in town, but we are such a good-hearted synagogue. When a person comes into our synagogue, when we are there and not virtual on a Shabbat, they are greeted at the door. Anybody new that walks in is immediately made to feel comfortable and like they're really part of us. And we will introduce ourselves. We will introduce them to whoever else is there at services. We care about being so inclusive and ensuring that everyone who comes feels like we want them to be part of our family. As difficult as it has been during this time for everyone, we've been able to manage to deliver challah on Shabbat to all of our families. We've been able to do, thanks to Tracy's and Sisterhood's incredible efforts, been able to do Passover meals to families and deliver them through our own congregation, our own volunteers who really care about that connection to other people. So again, it is just such an incredibly special group of people. I have been at larger synagogues, throughout my life. I've never not belonged to a synagogue, but I have to say that the intimacy of being in a smaller synagogue where you know everyone pretty quickly is just such a special and wonderful experience. We care deeply about each other. We are there for you, for all of our families during this time. We are reachable, we are available. As the rabbi may have mentioned earlier, even, when we have a member who's under the weather and not well, we're going to get a group of people who are going to be delivering meals to that person, just to stay connected and let them know how much we really care. So please join us. We love more and more participation. Again, I want to reiterate what Jen said about we are an inclusive synagogue, and that means that we want families that have children of all abilities, and we will accommodate and we will find ways to make our programs responsive to all of your needs. And so thank you. And with that, I will turn it over for Harvey to say a few words. He's our Executive Vice President. Harvey, I think you might have to unmute.
I'm unmuted. I'm sorry. Morning, everybody. I'm probably the newest member of the board. This is starting my second year, and I'm really enjoying being with TBA. I'd like to give a special shout out right now to Jen. That was an amazing presentation, and just wish my granddaughter was close by and she could join. Long way away, Torrance. But behind the scenes, which a lot of people don't know or see, is her husband, Richard, who is the facility manager for the TBA. And while nobody's around, he's keeping everything up and running, keeping the plants watered, keeping everything clean. So a shout out to Richard. Thank you very much. Also, there's a lot behind the scenes. It's like watching a movie. You know who the actors are, but you don't know what goes on behind the scenes. There's a lot of work being done right now to support the rabbi on high holiday services. How are we going to get the tickets to everybody? That's a good question. We're working on that. Rabbi Laurie and I have a meeting on Tuesday And then the rabbi and I have another meeting with a group that we're working with on how to get everything to everybody on Wednesday, so that when we have the high holiday services, you will be able to join effortlessly. I think that's about it. Just the other thing that, for those of you that are kind of hesitant to understand the Torah like I was, my wife and I went to Torah study on a Wednesday night with a rabbi. And a lot of it was interpretation. And for me, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to understand the Torah as written, not as interpreted by rabbis. And I made that comment to the rabbi. And beginning this year, he changed the Wednesday night to a specific description and interpretation of what the Torah said without any editorializing. And I find it very interesting. And for those that want to learn what the Torah is about, you've got probably one of the best historians in Southern California. He is amazing. He'll bring up a point and then he can just rattle off, go back to chapter this or that. He's an amazing historian about the Torah. And anybody that wants to learn, an investment on Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. is amazing. That's about all I have. I want to turn it over to Don right now. Don Cogan is the new treasurer, and he will speak for a second or two. Don?
Yeah, thank you, Harvey. First of all, I'm just going to turn my other one off. Harvey, and definitely a shout out to the rabbi and the great program Jennifer has and all the leadership that Lori's provide. As Harvey mentioned, I've taken over as the treasurer, and one of the things that I've really benefited from is Harvey's had so much knowledge. He's been involved with the finance system and treasurer over the last year, and so has really helped to get me up to speed on taking on the role of treasurer. I've done it a few years back, but naturally a lot of things changed in the capabilities. But overall, what I wanted to share and that I really particularly appreciate about Temple Beth Ami is that it does involve, even during this time of the pandemic, a lot of opportunities to stay engaged. For example, I've been involved attending the Midrash program on Tuesday mornings. Of course, we talked a while back, even before the pandemic, of having it available to our members of those interested that are living in different areas, and now we're able to provide that as an ongoing program. But in addition to that, even outside of the particularly, say, religious or Jewish-oriented programs, we're able to have things that really keep people engaged and just fun to be a part of it. Ranging from the bingo program we talked about, we've had the things like occasionally like the scavenger hunt, we've had programs such as the casino night. One of my areas of interest is astronomy, and so we've had some programs from time to time where we've actually we've given them actually in the sanctuary what, for the time being, we could even adapt some of those online to talk about things that are going on. We've had these comets that are taking place right around this time of the year, and some of you maybe even seen the meteor shower. So those are the types of things that I think we love to find out from our different members, the kinds of things that they're interested in, even beyond the Jewish education, to keep people engaged. And that, I think, really makes it a fun opportunity, and as Lori mentioned, it's also a very close-knit family where we really get a chance to interact and share interests with each other. So that is something that really looking forward to into this next year. Naturally, what we hope as soon as we're able to get back into actual live programs at the synagogue, but in the interim, it's really something that can keep us all together. It's the variety of activities and support. And with that, I'll pass it back over to Lori.
Okay. Sheila, would you like to say a few words? Sheila's a member of our board.
Sheila. Sheila. Sheila, you're muted. You might just need to unmute. There you go.
Morning. Good morning. My name is Sheila Petrie, and I have two daughters. And we had a bat mitzvah a couple years ago, and we moved to Santa Clarita. Here's Sammy. We're actually in San Francisco. We're not even in Santa Clarita. It's been such an inclusive, warm community, and watching my girls be online the past 8 months, and my husband, who's a teacher for LUSD, and his interaction and his experience with the virtual learning. TBA is doing such a great job of creating events and being available, and it's been an exciting new year, and we're all in this together for sure. Appreciate everybody's time.
Thank you, Sheila. Joanne, do I see you? Are you at the Kogan's house? You have to unmute yourself.
Oh, okay. We can do
There you
that.
go.
Yeah,
That's
you're
how you
on.
got online.
Yeah, well, I was having a hard time, so Cheryl said come over. So that's just an expression of how TBA is, you know. We're very close knit. We are. And we want new members. We welcome them and welcome the old members. And I think we have a great program that's planned. That's really all I have to say.
Thank you, Joanne. Okay. Next, I think we have at 11 o'clock, Tracy is coming in. Oh, Cheryl, you have something to say?
Yes, I'm mitzvah chair, which I really enjoy. I'm sure it was said earlier, but I like to reinforce that if there is a congregant that may have a medical need because they've had surgery or they're undergoing some long-time treatment, I've reached out. We delivered meals, but I also sometimes just chat with some isolated people. They just want to know that we're thinking of them. So we've done a variety of things, including people that might have medical or social needs. A new thing that I've started is mitzvah, I think, should not only mean doing something for someone in need, but shout outs to our congregants that have done something special. And I want to have some highlights going in our e-blast or our newsletter. So if anybody knows of congregants that have really helped out either at the temple or just in the community, done something special, just let me know and we'll do some shout outs.
That's awesome. Cheryl. Rabbi, do you know when Tracy gonna start her? It'll be 11 o'clock. You're muted. Rabbi, you're on mute.
Well, I'm on a few different cameras right now because we're ready to go. We have our kitchen studio set up and we're ready to go. We've got a couple of cameras ready to go, so you can see that our cooking demonstration, and this is something that Tracy's done a couple times now during this during our lockdown. She's had a chance to perfect this. It's actually it's a technological miracle that we're able to get this to you. So we're going to start it in just a moment. We'll do this on a few cameras. We'll have this on at least 2 cameras, and we're going to do it in just a moment. We've got a couple other people that are jumping on now. Let's get the light back there. We're going to Tracy wants to make sure, Lori, that there are a few people on who are who are new. Actually, we have I don't know if everyone's been here for a cooking demonstration, but but we do have a few new people I know who have not been here for Tracy's Kitchen. She does this live actually, usually a couple of times during the year. She'll do some cooking classes. By the way, I just want to make it clear as we go away from our board, and again, we have an amazing leadership. People are kind of amazed that we have people involved right away, and you have to be a member for 5 or 10 years before we start listening to or paying attention to you. We have board members who take on leadership really, really, really fast. So, but I just want to make it clear too, before we go, that if any of the people who are interested in membership need to reach out by email or text or call, do you have any special instructions, Laura, you want to tell people right now, or Harvey? For people before we go away completely from the board and into some fun stuff. Lori, anything?
I don't mind talking. I mentioned earlier, we're working with a new company to make the high holiday tickets available. We also are working with them to be able to put your membership online, and it will be forwarded to us, and make your payments online to adjust to your budget. A company called Mobile Cause, who is a leader in helping organizations reach out to their members to make the donations or their membership forms and different promotions available. So we will be presenting or putting online, hopefully by the end of the week, the membership form and the donation form. And you can do it the way you want. You can do it online. You can do it online banking if you want to go directly with a check, or you want to do it, make one payment on a credit card. You want to make 6 payments on a credit card. You want to do it monthly. You want to make it bi-monthly, semi-monthly, whatever. It's all going to be available and all going to be up to you the way you want to do it.
But people, the main thing is I want people, if they have questions, to reach out to you, Harvey.
Right, they can reach out to me right now. And it's Harvey, HRVEY.Kale, K-A-L-E, at templebethami.org.
I'm going to put it up here now for everybody to see. It's in the
Also, we are checking messages every day, so you are able to call our TBA phone number, and we will get back to you as soon as we're able to.
All right, so that everybody just got it. You can see it up on your screen.
No.
No.
Well, you can see it in your chat. Sorry, it's not in your screen. It's in your chat. On the chat side, you'll see Harvey's information. We are going to, we're going to be going now to the kitchen. Well, we are in the kitchen, but we're going to be going to the kitchen cameras, and we're going to go to the Hala board, and we're going to go there now. Tracy, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Is it echoing? Can everyone hear me okay? We muted, unmuted.
Yes.
Hold on.
She's turning up her volume, and all our volumes are down.
Turn up my volume here. All right. Okay, hold on one moment. Well, good morning, everybody. It's been great seeing everyone online this morning, and I wanted to take this next 30 minutes to talk a little bit about the Temple Beth Ami Sisterhood, as well as learning about, now we've got echoing, so hold on, we're going to turn down some, that needs to be out. And we're going to learn about how to make the round colorful for Rosh Hashanah. So first of all, let me tell you a little bit about the sisterhood. The sisterhood of Temple Beth Ami, hold on, we've got lots of echo. All right, the sisterhood, on here. Okay, that should be better. So this past year, the sisterhood's done quite a lot of events up until obviously when COVID hit. We had a wonderful Mahjong tournament, which Jennifer Twitchell led for us, which was amazing. We were actually supposed to be the host of the Women's Seder, which unfortunately did get canceled. And we've got a book club, an ongoing book club, which I know Cheryl Kogan helps to oversee. And we've also done a pottery class. We went to Board and Brush. So we've done a lot of social events as well as educational events, and obviously cooking classes are my little thing that I love to enjoy. So I'm going to talk as I'm braiding a little bit about what we're going to be doing going forward in sisterhood. But what I'm going to do today is show everyone how to do 2 different braids for a round challah for the high holidays. So I was very lucky to have my daughter Dina home for a couple of days, and she very graciously made my dough. So I didn't have to make the dough this morning, which really takes a lot of the time. So what I thought I would do is just take this opportunity to show you how to braid 2 different round challahs. So the first one is a 6 braid. And basically I've taken my dough, as you can see, and I've divided it into 6, and I have 6 long strands. So I've got 2 cameras going, by the way. You can see one with me talking and one that's just on the dough. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to lay out the 3 strands, and then we have 3 more strands, and we're going to feed it up and under like that. And then this one is going to be the opposite. So this one went over, so this one's going to go under, over, under. So we're going to scoot it down a little bit. It should be kind of in the middle, and they're going to be close together. We're going to make a lattice right here in the middle. And then the third one is going to be the same as the first one. So you can see we have this lattice in the middle here. And if we move it all together, okay. And then what we're going to do, this is a small challah. I would say this is going to be a mini, because I did take the dough that Dina made me, which was for 1 challah, and I've turned it into 2. So you can see here now we've got this whole thing. And then what I'm going to do with the ends is I'm going to just braid them in a normal braid and pinch the ends. Okay, and we'll braid that one like that. Hopefully everyone can see this. It's kind of weird trying to do it sideways and upside down.
Tracy?
Yes.
Would it be possible if you actually muted the one on your face and unmuted the one that shows the dough? It might be easier for people to see.
Yeah, maybe. Hold on.
Pin the video with the dough. Pin that video so
Right.
it's full screen.
Oh, can you not see this one? I don't know. Mark went upstairs. I've got flour all over my hands.
Okay, no worries.
Sorry. Hopefully you can see this. Can you see? Everyone can see. Hopefully this one right here. You see if I can.
This is Sarah. I actually can see the dough. It's actually.
I'm gonna pin that video.
Yeah, everybody can also on their own pin the video.
Yeah. So now that video is pinned, so you can all see it. Right?
I can't see it at all.
Yep.
I can only see you.
Oh, I pinned that video, but maybe that was pinned for me. So if you click on that video, you can pin it. So click on the video of me braiding.
I only see one screen and it's only you.
Go click on the top, Rosemary, and go to gallery view on the top of Zoom.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Got it now. Thank you.
And then click on the 3 buttons on the one that you want to see closer, and then you can pin it. All right, so now you can see I've got the 4 pieces in the middle and the plaited pieces on the side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold these under. Take the plaited pieces and fold them right under, like that. Oh, everyone goes, that's a round challah.
Round challah.
A round challah.
Yeah.
Right, so that's a round challah. Okay. So that is our round challah. So now what we're going to do is that's it. Now we're going to brush that
Love that.
with an egg wash. And then I'm going to let it rise before I put it in the oven. And unfortunately, we don't have enough time on our show today. to see the finished product, but I will post it on Facebook so you can see. But as you can see, that was not a difficult way to braid, right?
Right.
Right. So we're just going to brush that. And then I'm going to take it and put it on a base.
Tracy, how many strips did you start with again?
I had 6. So this is called a 6 braid round challah. And if you go onto YouTube or anything like that, you can see a video on how to do it. But it was a 6 braid round challah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So now I'm just cleaning this off. I'm going to put some fresh flour down. And now I'll show you an even simpler way to make a round collar without even braiding. I wouldn't say it's cheating, but I would say it's a little different. So this is my other half of my dough. Just going to knead it out a little bit. And what we're going to do here is we're going to break off some small balls, and we're going to roll it into balls. And we're going to put it in the pan, and we're going to go around in a circle and make it that way. So while I'm rolling these balls, let me tell you a little bit about what Sisterhood is going to be doing in this upcoming year. We're getting ready for the high holidays. Now, normally Sisterhood obviously sponsors Oneg and takes care of Oneg. Obviously, we're not having Oneg this year, but there will be some treats that Sisterhood will be taking care of for our congregants that you will see arriving at your doorstep prior to the holidays. So I'm thankful that I've got some wonderful women in Sisterhood that's helping with that. And then we are planning a virtual Mahjong tournament. So Mahjong has gone virtual as well over this time. And we've now learned how to do a virtual Mahjong tournament. So stay tuned for that information. We're also planning one of our traditional events that we do over Sukkot is a cheese and wine party, which most of you know is normally done at our home. But do not fear, we have found a way to do it virtually. So there will be a virtual cheese and wine party, probably on the Sunday of Sukkot, where people will sign up, they will get delivered samples of wine, they will get delivered a mini cheese board, and we will have a virtual sommelier talking us through the different wines. So that event is in the works, and we will be publicizing that and allowing people to get signed up for that at some point early September. Our women's retreat, which unfortunately has been postponed numerous times now, is now rescheduled for March. We are hoping that we will be able to do that. It's up in Fraser Park. It's in a beautiful, large home in Fraser Park. And if we can't do it in March, we will just keep postponing it. So I know many of you have made deposits. If you want your deposit money back, that's fine. We can always give it, you can always re-sign up once March comes. So we'll just leave that up to you as far as the deposit for the women's retreat is concerned. Cheryl, do you want to talk about book club? You're on mute. Hold on. There you go.
I could talk a little bit about book club. The first thing I want to say is that we opened it up to all congregants. We've had a male congregant come to our book club, so it's not just for ladies. So that's the first thing I wanted to say. We have had it one time in the park, socially distancing, but mostly online. And the book that we just read was The Inheritance, which everybody really enjoyed. We had a very lively conversation because it had to do with a woman who found out that her father, who she had a very close relationship, was not really her natural father because there was artificial insemination, and her journey with that. So congregants or book club members who had children that were adopted or who adopted themselves, which actually our son was adopted, could relate to this. And a lot of discussion about where does your identity come from. It was a wonderful discussion. We have actually increased the number of participants that we had. We had only usually about 5 people that came in person, but since we've been doing this virtually, we now have about 12 people that come. So it's been very exciting for me to see the group grow in this last year, and we welcome more participants. Nancy Lepore, Nancy Lefko, she is the one that sends out the information about where we're meeting and is available for any questions for new people that might want to join.
Cheryl, what's the next book? Cheryl, what's the next book?
The next book is The Other Einstein. We just met yesterday, actually.
If anyone is interested in joining book club or wants more information, feel free to put a note in the chat box and we'll make sure to get you added to the list that Nancy Lefko is putting together. So back to a little bit of color. So what I'm going to do with this one here, which is the platted one, I'm also going to sprinkle it with everything but the seasoning blend from Trader Joe's to make it an everything. So as you can see, there we go. So that's now become an everything one. And then the one that I was doing before with the little balls, you can see it's come together in this round pan. And what will happen is once this bakes, you will see this will look like a plaited challah, round challah, and it's made from the small balls. So definitely easier than braiding for some people, but personally I love the braid one, but this is definitely a good option for people that may not feel comfortable with braiding challah. So some other things that Sisterhood is doing, we also do have, we still have our tribute cards. So if anyone wants to do tributes to anyone, sympathy cards, etc., we do have that, and you can access that through our website. I will be sending out a calendar of things for the upcoming year to talk about what I mentioned before as far as our cheese and wine party, our mahjong tournament, our women's retreat. And if there's any things that people are interested in or want to do more, obviously virtually, please share your interest with me. You can put it in the chat box today. You could send me an email. Let me know what you might be interested in. I will tell you that through our funds, we've been able to support a lot of synagogue programming. We were able to support the challah deliveries that were done. And so your support is very much appreciated. We will be sending out our membership renewal for our sisterhood as well over the next few weeks. And but anything that you want to see done within sisterhood, I would be happy to add on to our list. And someone just asked about the recipe. I will share the recipe for the challah. It's not my daughter's recipe. She does access it from a website, but I will share that recipe so that you can see it, as well as a YouTube video so that you can see how the challah is braided. So thank you for adding that. And we hope to continue doing different deliveries and to help families that are at home during this time. So I went through my time really quickly. I'm putting an egg wash on this. But is there?
I know.
I wanted to add the, we're going back and forth now between computers. So does anyone know why challah is braided traditionally? This is a more of a historical anthropological question, why we braid challah. It doesn't say challah has to be braided, by the way. Originally, we would assume that challah looked a lot like other kinds of bread. It just had to have a little piece taken off and burned as a way of remembering the way the offerings at the temple in the Beit HaMikdash were done. That's what makes something challah. When you see something that says challah was taken, it means that some of that was taken, that piece was taken, and kind of essentially really sanctified, making it holy, which is kind of what the origin of the word challah, what it means. It doesn't mean braided. But does anyone know why the braids came from Eastern Europe or Central Europe, from Germany and from Central Europe. Does anybody know why? Anybody jump in if you do? No? Well, the traditional, the traditional bread that we have that's braided, whether it's for Shabbat or the head of the year, the concept with braids, and this went for hair too. Braided hair was very common throughout the Middle Ages and Renaissance period. The reason we braid things is to keep demons out of them. And braids confuse the demons and they can't get into the object if it's braided. They get confused. So we know from archaeological excavations that there were bowls that were used. There were bowls that were placed under homes that would confuse demons and not allow them into your house. And since demons could get into your head through your hair, braiding your hair would keep them from getting into your body. Same reason that you braided bread was so that they couldn't get into your bread. They wouldn't bother. They wouldn't even bother getting in there. They'd see the braid and they wouldn't even try to get in because it looked too confusing. So that is a little bit of why the historical reasons for braids, which again, we almost say is necessary for challah, but maybe it is to keep the demons out. So that is a little bit of challah history. And now you know.
So we don't mess with our computers again and the sound. I forgot to mention where sisterhood funds were going this past year. So for those of you that have been lucky enough to be in our sanctuary, you know that our ladies' restrooms really do need a makeover. So we are getting quotes currently, and we are redoing the ladies' bathroom stalls and making them look beautiful. So hopefully by the time we come back,
I don't know about that.
The ladies'
That's the one part of the
restroom-
synagogue that I don't go into.
the ladies' restrooms will be beautifully renovated with some nice touches and beautiful looking stalls. So that is definitely one place where our sisterhood funds have taken us. And then also
into the toilet,
into the bathroom. And also our bingo that we've had for the past 2 months that was run by the sisterhood also raised over $3,000 for the congregation. So thank you very much to everyone that played bingo. And if you didn't play bingo in about 10 minutes, we will be
less than that.
less than 10 minutes.
Because I just made Mark Kaplan co-host.
Well, wait, there's things I have to do. So we'll be doing bingo with our it's going to be helping Kaplan lead that. If you want to play bingo, what I need you to do is in the chat, put your email address and I will email you a bingo card. So if you would like to play bingo with us, there are prizes. Charles, can you let us know what the prizes are?
I certainly can. I thought the big reveal was going to be during the game, but
then do that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
My wife has no sense of drama.
That's in the business we call that a tease.
Yeah, but there are. I did say they were prizes. So simply by being a part of this open house today, you get to be there.
Yeah.
By the way, some people.
No,
Way too much noise. So if you're on right now, please send us your email right now so we can send out the bingo card. So please do that right now. Send us your email. We'll send out the bingo card for you right now. Mark Kaplan, are you ready? Mark Kaplan, are you there?
Yeah, I'm ready. We're early, so who knows if 1,000 people are going to join in 12 minutes or not. So
We have people are sending us the emails right now so that we can get everybody.
Okay.
It has been one of the highlights of our not just our congregational time together, but our time together in general. Wait, I don't mean our time together. My time period. One of the highlights has been bingo, hosted by Mark Kaplan. we're in development right now for a regular series.
I've spoken to 4 synagogues.
I've talked to NBC,
synagogues.
I've talked to NBC, CBS, and Fox about getting this up on the regular television because it's so good. And so bingo with Kaplan, you can see this one day. Listen, you may see this one day, maybe on JLTV. I don't know. We're very lucky though to have Mark Kaplan as our bingo caller, and he's kind of not just a bingo caller, obviously. He's our official MC at Temple Beth Ami. MC. So he's going to be doing this. We still have a few people that have not sent us the card, so we're trying to give everybody a second or so to get those in.
If you don't know how to use the chat, you can just
Mark, if we have a minute or two to fill while people are, while the rush of bingo cards are being sold and delivered, I can speak for just a minute or two about the men's club.
Please.
So for the uninitiated activities that men of the temple are often involved in, we have a softball team that participates in the Synagogue Softball League in the Valley. Been doing that for a number of years. We have fantasy football leagues that we're going to do our best to participate in this year and see how the NFL cooperates with our efforts. But that's been a successful program for a number of years. We have poker games from time to time. We have had one virtual poker game during this COVID, and we'll get another one organized in the near future. We had a happy hour earlier this year before everything went to pot. There's been rumors and discussions about potential comedy nights or paintball activities, maybe even movie nights at the temple. So open to all ideas, and definitely interested in everybody that wants to participate and join up with us.
A lot of stuff considering. I want to thank you, Charles, for doing that. Everybody getting the emails, the cards. Hopefully, everybody getting those. Check your emails right now because so far a lot of
5 players.
Well, if a discussion of the prizes might actually entice people and enhance sales, I'm happy to give the pitch right now.
Well, hold it a second. Let's just see. Let me see how we're doing here. We've got. Hold it. Let's see if we have to. Okay. So
can you hear me okay?
We've got.
Yes.
We've got well over. We got about 20 people participating right now. A couple of them are on ours. So we're still pretty close to about 20 people getting us, and not people, computers, right? Because each you might be having a few people in your home. There's still a few of you who have not gotten your cards. We're going to start soon, so please get on it. We're going to start any minute. Yeah, people are sending. So send Sheila. So some of you haven't been sent to you. Tracy found you and sent it to you already. So make sure you're getting, you're seeing them. Check your emails as this is coming out. This is not what we normally do. For those of you who know bingo, we have this down to a science, an art. Is it an art or a science? Both an art and a science. So usually we have everybody signed up ahead of time. Everyone has their bingo cards, and we're ready to go. So yeah.
I've been having some audio issues. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, but it sounds muffled. What's going on?
Are you in submarine?
No, I got a new. Let's see if this helps.
That's better. That's a little better.
It's really loud and distorted.
I know.
It's really loud and distorted. It's not the.
Yeah, it's just Mark.
It's not distorted. That's not right. No, you sounded better, actually. It sounded better the last time you were talking to Mark.
How is that?
Worse.
Worse.
It was better before, a minute ago.
Is that better?
Getting better.
A little better?
Nancy, Corey, please send us your email.
I'm going to flip over to my other
Oh, that's a little better. That was a little better.
Is that better? You can hear me okay? Okay.
Background noise, but
Yeah, the background noise is about to leave.
no, not that. It's just a little bit of a hum. Anyway, we have the last few are coming in, and we're going to start. You see, we're going to wind up starting pretty close on time. We've had some amazing prizes, and Mark has really been an amazing host, teaching us, inspiring us, entertaining us as we go through these last weeks. And we will start up again sometime soon, hopefully.
We don't have a theme today, though.
No theme.
No theme.
Yeah, we've got Debbie on now, and can you give us a clue, Charles? What do we have as our prize? Don't tell us. Give us a clue.
Wow, a clue, but don't tell us. Let's just say there's the men's club silver package, and then there's the men's club gold package. So,
wow. There's two prizes.
There's 2 games. We're playing 2 games.
There's 2 prizes. And just here's the hint. Just keep in mind that it's sponsored by the men's club this time.
Got you.
What?
Now I'm puzzled. Anyway, I'm excited though. All right, folks.
No.
We're getting the last few out, and this is going to be something to see, something to behold. Okay, Tracy is still working on this.
Better?
She's growing.
That sound. Is that better?
That's better.
Okay.
Back onto Zoom. I need to share. I need to become a host.
I got a camera for my home computer, so it's been a little bit trying.
Okay, well, we are about ready to go. On to the show. This is so exciting because, we have to put do we have to do a new bingo card? Because right now it's
They should all have that bingo card.
Yeah, but the bingo card and the ID number.
No, that's if they win, honey. That's for the checking the winners. Does everyone have their bingo cards?
Okay.
That asked for them.
But it's the call signature.
Don't worry about that. It's a whole new thing.
Whole new?
Yeah, it's whole new.
Whole new. All right. Everybody got it? All right, folks, we're about to start.
Harvey's
All right. We're playing.
Tracy, this is Cheryl. I never got it.
Cheryl needs to get her bingo card. Cheryl, did you send your?
I can't hear Mark Kaplan.
I did.
Okay. We'll wait a moment.
Harvey's printing.
All right.
They can use their
Mark, on behalf of the men's club, I just want to announce that the Giants are going to sign Graham Gano.
Oh, really? That's excellent.
Yeah, I figured, Mark, that you would be thrilled to hear that.
So excited about that. It's beyond LeBron Jones being a part of the Clippers, you know?
Yeah, that's not many people know that. Not many people have actually heard of that person either.
Yeah, LeBron Jones. He's really a good player.
So does everybody have their bingo cards that wanted one?
No.
Who said no?
Cheryl.
Sarah Melaniak? Is that you?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I don't think I had you on my list. So hold on.
All right, that's the last one.
Tracy Harvey.
Harvey's printing. Okay. Let me send Cheryl hers. And then you don't have to print it if you don't want. Once you get it on your email, you can use your computer to do it. But it's probably easy. Cheryl, what's your email?
MALINI. Okay.
IPTT.net?
Yes.
On its way.
Thank you.
I'm going to share my screen again.
Rabbi,
Yes.
did you hear the news of the NFL news?
What?
The Giants are Super Bowl contenders. They signed Graham Gano.
So excited.
I did not hear that. It's such wonderful news.
Breaking news.
I thought you had one of the best kickers in the league. What happened?
He was arrested.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. It's one of the few big stories of the NFL. You're right. I forgot. Yes.
And I think I really like our new Dodger.
All right, your troubles are over. Hey, listen, you are Super Bowl contenders because you have about as good a chance as anyone else. I don't think there'll be a season, unfortunately.
Cookie has done a great job for the Dodgers.
All right, folks, are we ready?
Yes.
Going to do the reveal before the game begins.
Sure. First prize, Mr. Charles.
First prize, the Men's Club Silver Package includes a 3-pack of Axe body spray, 4 VIP tickets to the Cheetahs Club, and a bottle of Jägermeister.
Oh my goodness!
All right,
oh my goodness!
That's not true. That's just silly. The first gift is a $25 gift card to the Cheesecake Factory. Many of you might not know this, but it was started by Evelyn Overton from Detroit, Michigan. First Cheesecake Factory was in Beverly Hills, opened in 1978, and it currently trades on the NASDAQ at CAKE, $25 gift certificate to the Cheesecake Factory.
Wow. Very cool. Well, for those of you that have not played bingo with us before, and there are some new players, Mr. Kaplan, can you tell us what should our bingo?
Well, I think, how many games are we playing?
We are playing 2 games, Mr. Kaplan.
2 games. Okay, so the first one is just going to be a normal bingo. It's going to be either straight across the top, straight across, straight down, or diagonal. So you only need to get 5 numbers or 4 in the free space.
All right.
All right.
Hopefully everyone should be able to see my screen. So if you missed the numbers, you can see them on the screen. I'll give one more shout out if anyone did not receive their cards that wanted them. All right. We will go ahead and we will call the first number, Mr. Kaplan. And we are on time. Woo.
The first number is 069. 069. A very, very popular year. It was the end of the 60s. 069. B3. B3. If you're not 1 or 2, you've got to be 3. B3. I-28. I-28. If
Good
I'm
job.
date, I'm going to look for I.
Did you break it?
My bingo card is not showing.
I don't know. What do you mean?
Take tell.
Only the bottom of the bingo card is showing.
Only what, sorry?
Only the bottom of my bingo card is showing.
That's, you
There,
might want to try and reopen it again, Cheryl.
That's okay.
Cheryl, you might have to take your Zoom off full screen, or it might be hidden behind there.
Good point, Wendy. Thank you. All right, we're going to keep going.
All right. B5. I'm glad I'm alive. B5. Being alive. B7. Lucky, lucky 7. B7. N44. The double 4s. N44. N45. N45. Doing that hand jive with N45. O64. Who could ask for more than being 64? O64. B12. B12, because you're not 13 yet. B12. G53. G53. I30 for the beautiful Gertie. I30. N35. N35. O75. O75. G58. Ain't it great for G58?
Nancy, that wasn't great. You were shaking your head.
11. B11. B6. Get your daily dose of B6. Helps you go to sleep. B6.
You're doing really good, Mark, off the cuff.
B14. I'm making it glean. B14.
Ooh.
N39. Drawing the line with an N39. N32. Because we're here with my friend who are Jew. N32. B8. Not a V8, but I could have had a B8. B8.
I'm going to unmute.
One.
Pick up 6. G46.
Can you come here?
I can't see her covering it.
B1.
74. O
Take
74.
it out and turn it around. No, come here.
O 74.
How you doing it?
B13, it's bar mitzvah time. B13 or bat mitzvah time. B13. I-24. Let's go to the store for I-24.
I'm going to put my laundry in. Okay, I took it before.
And enjoy laundry. Whoever that was, I hope you get your laundry done. It's gonna be hot today. O61, because we're having some fun. O61. N34. That's a number that's more. N34. N41.
Bingo.
Who was that?
I got bingo
Jen.
too.
Jennifer.
I did too.
Oh, Debbie too.
Oh, that's the Cheesecake Factory together.
All right, let's take who did
That's
Jen
my
call first?
card. My card is 1.
Your card is number 1. You have a bingo across the top. And
Easy.
Debbie, let's see, what was your card number?
8.
8. And you have a bingo down the middle. So we are going to give both of you prizes. So congratulations, Debbie and Jennifer. And we will get your prizes off to both of you. So congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Charles, we will now play our second game.
Okay.
And what is our prize for this game?
The prize to this game is the Trailhead North Coast Cabernet Sauvignon. It's a medium to full-bodied wine, dense and heavy on the palate. You might notice hints of blackcurrant and vanilla with rich flavors of plum. Enjoy.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Debbie, I will email you for your mailing address. Jennifer, I know yours. So, all
Okay,
right,
thank
we are going to go ahead with our second and last bingo game. So let us begin, Mr. Kaplan.
We are going to play bingo.
And how, what is our bingo going to be? Is it going to be, what is our?
What should we play? What do you feel like? What's playing out there?
Let's do a T.
A T for Temple Beth Ami. I like that, Wendy.
Wendy, you sound a little hoarse.
Actually, I'm a sheep.
So a T is across the top like that and down the end. So across the top and down the end.
Down the end or down the middle?
Well, that is the middle, the end.
That's right.
Oh, end. I'm sorry. I thought you said end.
Oh, sorry, no. Across the top and down the end column.
Okay.
It's my British accent, sorry. And the first number is
G55, happy we're alive. G55, happy to be alive. B12, B12, another B vitamin.
Gotta
Doesn't
be.
matter.
You gotta be. Why?
We're playing a T.
Oh, a T. Are we unmuted again?
G50, G50, nifty 50. That was a fun year, being 50, I think. If I can remember. So long ago. N37, N37, N32 for all of you, N32 for all of you. O73, golly gee me, O73.
Trying to get bingo, but not in the right way. Yeah, that's okay. I'll learn. Don't need to be greedy.
No, that's cool. Don't need to be greedy. It's okay. You may want to mute your microphone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
13, B13, and don't be mean. It's B13. I-26, gotta pick up those sticks. I-26.
So just remember, we're doing a T across the top and down the N column.
Stands for Temple Beth Ami. O65, when hopefully I'll retire. O65. N43. I wish I could have retired. N43. O72. That's for all of you. O72. B3. B3. I-21 for all the fun. I-21. B7. B7. Second grade was 7. B7. N42 for Jackie Robinson, huh? N42. Things I remember now.
Nailed that one.
There you go. B14. The year after you've had your bar bat mitzvah, you turn 14. B14. G53. G53. Rhymes with the last letter of the alphabet. Z. 53. Z. G48. I hope you all have your code to our gate. G48. Got to get a code to get into the temple. G54. That classic moment when Tom Hanks was on the floor and Splash. G54. On the floor. I-29. I-29. Does everyone have some iodine? I know, I'm stretching here, I'm stretching. O-70. O-70. Probably when I will be able to retire. B2. Because if you're not 1, you're 2. So you can be 2. B9 for old enzyme. B9. G58. Isn't it great? G58. O74. O74. Well, I gotta call some more. Okay. O74.
Anyone close?
Not enough ends.
Nope, not, oh, you're right, not enough in. That is true.
O66. O66. A house made of bricks. O66. I-16. Some girls can be mean when they are 16. I-16. O-67. O-67. O-69. O-69. Get in line. O-69. N39. N39 for those 39 steps. Alfred Hitchcock. Also a very good play. A lot of fun. G47. G47. I-25. I-25. B15. Wait, here. Did I lose something here? Wait, where are you? Did I call N41 and N34? B15 was the last one. Wait, where'd you go? Okay, well, we'll call N34 again in case I did not, and N41. And then O71. So you want a little jumpy there. G48. G48. B2. If you're not 1, hopefully you're 2.
But there are elements of the content itself that to Michael Dyke appear suspicious. He argues that it would be unlike John Angler.
Okay, someone's TV is on.
Yes. N42. N42.
Is the idea that given their previous script.
G57. There's G57. G47. G47. N31. No bingo? No fun? N31? Wow, okay. I-22. Not for me, but for you. I-22. B10. B10. O72. N33. No bingo yet. That surprises me. N33. N43. No bingo yet? That surprises me yet again. N43.
I have bingo, but I'm gonna let it go.
Okay.
Okay, Jen. Jen's lucky day.
Very sweet of you. You're a giver, a giver.
All right.
All right. G54. G54. I'll call some more. O63. O63. G60. G60. O67. O67.
Yep.
I-21. That legal year. I-21. B15. B15. You have to be seen if you're 15. I-16 for sweet 16 this time. I-16 for the sweet 16. That's a basketball thing. Right?
Unfortunately, Steve Elzer wasn't on today. Could have won.
Could have won. Well, you'll let Steve know. G55. G55. I'm not 55 anymore. G55. O68. Isn't it great? O68.
And there's got to be some people close other than Miss Twitchell there. So be ready to unmute yourself if you win.
N37. Wow, N37. O73. O73. I-20. What a year. I-20 for 2020. Ah.
Bingo.
Oh, we got a bingo?
Yes.
All right.
Who was that?
Cheryl.
Cheryl.
It's number
What is
10.
your card number?
10.
10. 10. View card. Oh, and Cheryl is a winner.
Hey,
I'd like to donate the bottle to Mark for everything you've done with bingo.
Very nice, Cheryl. Mark, that's very nice. So Mr. Kaplan, you get to win the bottle.
Thank you. That's very because Chaz, can you repeat what that wine again? Because it was so phenomenal the first time.
I think Charles is off.
I think
So, but I'm sure it is a beautiful bottle of wine that I thank you, Cheryl, for donating that to Mr. Kaplan. And yes, he has done an amazing job. I will let Rabbi Blazer close this out.
Well, we actually are finishing a few minutes early.
I'll show my.
So we're going to show the challah because we've got a beautiful challah to show everybody. It's coming right over here. There's one really good looking challah that I'm going to eat and I'll enjoy it.
Ooh, nice.
It's hot, but it is ready to be eaten. And I want to thank everybody for helping us today. Make a virtual experience. Had a little bit of everything. We had a little food, a little fun. We got to connect with each other, most importantly, and see how everybody is doing. And we've been trying to do that over the course of the last few months on a semi-regular basis. Maybe not as much as we'd like, but definitely a little bit. So I want to thank everybody from our board members and our amazing educators especially to Jennifer Twitchell, who is hard at work really every day on Temple Beth Ami, in addition to all the other important work she does as a wife, a mother, as an educator. And thank you to Tracy, to my wife, for cooking and making these challahs as lessons for everybody and as delicious food for me to eat. And I don't need the calories, but I do love bread. So with that, I want to close out. And again, Jennifer, did you have anything else you wanted to say before you go? You got to win today, so that was pretty cool.
That was very exciting.
No?
Congratulations to all the
All right.
winners.
And again, to Harvey, is Lori still there? I don't know if Lori's still with us, but we've lost some of our people. Listen, we were on for a good 2.5 hours. So this is a long morning and a lot of fun though. And thank you everybody for making that happen. And we hope to see you virtually. High holidays again around the corner. I'll be here before you know it. And again, we look forward to just having you as part of our community. So thank you everybody for being part of today's experience. And we again hope everyone stays safe, stays positive, stays healthy. Stay good, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.
There.
Mark Kaplan again for hosting. Thank you, Mark. Congratulations to everyone.